Welcome back to the Taom Shootout in Aberdeen. It's match number 8. Jon Roberts from Wales taking on James Jack and those trousers that we've talked about. And it's James Jack getting us underway with a dry break. James has been part of the Taom Shootout once before in Doncaster. Put on a bit of a show, but didn't have a particularly deep run. Jon, we've already seen so far today. He got us underway with the first match of the day, taking on Jordan Shepherd, losing out by 4 frames to 2. So he's already played one of his 4 group matches and no points to show. So he needs to get some points out of this to really have a chance in this group. 5-man groups, of course. Top 2 from each group will qualify through to tomorrow's quarter-finals. And a great opening opportunity for Jon Roberts. Should be settled down, already been out there once today. I think it took him a few shots and he didn't really get comfortable with the shot clock throughout his first match. So I look for a better match from him here in his second. Another roll would have been nice, so he could just screw back across the middle of the table. It's not perfect now. He's just straight enough. And Rapid living up to his name with a reverse dish in just over a minute. Excellent start from the man. Really enjoy interacting with the crowd, getting involved. And Jon, no different. Something that James, in his previous Taom Shootout, really enjoyed. Really did put on a show for the crowd. And he's going to have to sit and wait because it's Jon Roberts with the first opportunity here in frame 2. This is a match from Group 1. I've already said that the opening match was a win for Jordan Shepherd over Jon Roberts. We've also seen an excellent match between Callum Singleton and Cian Monaghan go the way of Callum Singleton. So it's Jordan Shepherd and Callum with 2 points each after the opening couple of matches. Plenty more matches to come from that group. Just another example of the table playing fairly generous with this new cloth on. A number of pots look like they're going to stay on the table and eventually fall. But he has also run out of position. Oh, what a pot. What a way to keep this visit going. Just run out of position once again. This time he doesn't have a second pot to go for. The only yellow he can see is the one at the top of the table. Some sort of double. Not sure if it doubles into the corner pocket or not. The reds might be in the way. And he's lost the white completely. So that visit got away from Jon Roberts in a hurry. And we get to see the Scotsman James Jack, his first opportunity at the table in this match. James is an excellent young player. Plays a little bit, well, probably plays more 9-ball than English 8-ball at the moment, but still enjoys the English 8-ball. There's a very flamboyant style around the table, as is his manner off the table as well. You just see on his back there, calls himself the Playboy. Still in the 30-second shot clock phase of this match, so he has enough time just to come round and make sure he gets the right angle on this red to the left centre and allows him to just drift up the table. Should be simple from here. And it's James Jack's turn to have a sing and a dance with the crowd as he gets his first frame on the board, and we're all square at 1 frame all. So it's James Jack from Scotland to break us off in frame 3. And I have a guest in the commentary box. Dennis Taylor, a 1985 World Snooker Champion, joins me for a few words ahead of your first match. Good afternoon, Dennis.
The flight there, I'm suffering with jet lag. I come all the way from Manchester.
Yeah, no, it's...
Look at those, I love them trousers.
Is that something you think you could...
I think I might introduce those into the seniors snooker. Very nice. Mind you, I've got my nice t-shirt on with Tornado on the back.
Tornado. Yeah, that's
Tornado Taylor. It's got a ring to it, hasn't it? Simon, it seems to be going well. As I say, I've watched a few of the games. Is it all going well, is it?
So far, it's been great. We've seen a couple of really good matches. I actually managed to go out to the arena myself and enjoy one of the matches. The atmosphere out there's sort of bubbling up. There's the crowd really seem to be wanting to party out there. I think they're going to enjoy you going out for your first match.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Anyway,
how
Martin's got me a nice cue to play with, so hopefully I'll do all right. But the crowd seemed fantastic. Great atmosphere there. It's just getting the hang of the rules. That's the only thing.
Well, I was going to ask, how often have you played, or how often do you play pool of any sort, or how often do you do any cue sports?
Well, I'm back playing again because of the seniors. I didn't play for 10 years, and then they started the seniors tour going, so we're back, and I do the commentary with John Virgo on that, so back playing a bit as well. So normally I would just be speaking at dinners, functions like that, but I've enjoyed getting the cue out again, so yeah, good fun.
So you're not just here to make up the numbers. We might see some form for you if you've been putting some time in on the snooker table.
Well, yeah, but not on the pool table. But it looks nice. Oh no, that wasn't very friendly, was it?
Are we going to see any of that from you?
No, that's the grinder, Cliff Thorburn. Don't get me mixed up with the grinder.
Well, he certainly put James in a lot of trouble. With the match clock just getting towards the halfway stage, it's a key frame. So how much time have you actually put into learning the rules? Do you have any idea what's going on out there?
The boys have been explaining the rules to me, so but no doubt I'll probably slip up. I don't mind the shot clock because I was always pretty fluent when I got in amongst the balls as well. Used to do a bit of grinding because you had to do it against people like Steve Davis and Cliff Thorburn, but excuse me, but I like to get on with it really. Yeah, so I remember doing one in Germany with Stephen Hendry, and it was 10 seconds shot clock ball. That was quite interesting.
That's quite severe. 15's short enough.
Now, is it John there that's at the table?
It's John's at the table, yeah.
Now, John, I met John, he just reminded me 10 years ago at Rudland Golf Club just next to Prestatyn, and I was playing there with Stan Boardman Golf, and he shot the course record, 63. So he's probably kept that quiet. He used to be a very, very good golfer.
Wow, that's very impressive. 63 is serious golf. Did not know that about Jon.
What's he spotted here, Simon? Go on, talk. Is it a combination he was looking at there?
Well, he's trying to see whether he can make the red into the corner, but I don't think he can see enough of the red to make the plant. And then, of course, you run out of time. That was all about the shot clock. Those beeps, they come in at 5 seconds and they catch you out. I think Jon in his first match today was exactly the same. He struggled to really get to grips with the shot clock, ran out of time a number of... and now we see James running out of time.
Well, Cliff Thorburn, when the shot clock 30 seconds, it went off before he broke off in one of the frames. Cliff always says he was the quickest of the slowest players.
Yeah, 15 seconds you get to break, so yeah, it could be a struggle.
What about yourself, Simon? Do you play much?
I don't. I mean, I play a little bit. I still play on the IPA tour, the Pro Tour, but I haven't picked up my cue in practice for nearly a year. So for me, it's just it's more about the broadcast, more about commentating, and I enjoyed that side of it now.
It's great to have this in Aberdeen. I used to come up to Aberdeen an awful lot when I first turned professional. We used to spend a week, 10 days all up around this part of the world. Used to love it. So it's nice to be back. And we did have a ranking event. We did have a ranking event here, but that's moved to Glasgow now. Scottish Masters, or the Scottish Open now.
Yeah, it's nice to be in Aberdeen. First time I've been back for a while. There's plenty in from Aberdeen. There's a lot of the players are from here as well, so they're bringing a lot of crowd in with them. I think pretty much the whole of Group 4 is all from Aberdeen, Martin's group.
What about my group, Simon? I'm not sure if well, they're all good that are playing in this. They're all good players, aren't they? They're all terrific.
I think, to be fair, Dennis, you've been a little bit undone by the draw. You've probably been drawn in the group of death.
Oh, that'll do, mate.
Liam Dunster, who lost his opening match, surprisingly, currently the #1 player in the game. And then Chris Melling, who you saw a couple of matches ago, he's doesn't play on the tour anymore, but widely regarded as one of the best players ever in this version of the game. So that's two of the top players here today that you've got in your group.
Any other good news for me, Simon? Listen, it's just a pleasure to be here and enjoy the atmosphere.
I think there's a lot of people out in the arena and at home that are looking forward to seeing you playing and seeing you in Paul.
And hopefully tomorrow night I might get a chance at some stage, just do a nice little stand-up routine for the crowd. They seem to be very good, so I might do that for them.
I'll have to make sure I'm got some time away from the broadcast to come and watch that myself.
I'll have them all asleep in no time at all. This is tricky because of the red there. Can you hit this thin enough and avoid the red?
I played it off the red, but it just leaves a really tough black.
The middles are a bit sharp, a bit like the snooker tables, are they, the middle pockets?
Yeah, the corners seem to be playing quite generous today. I think it's because it's got a new cloth on. The middles have been a lot trickier.
You see, that is one at snooker as well, as you know, the long straight pot. That's one of the toughest shots in the game for sort of amateur players and pros.
Yeah, no, I think well, it is. Isn't that sort of famously some of the top players? That's what they'll go and practice just for hours, just long straight pots,
Yeah.
and just if you can get that side of it, that's how you're going to get your technique right.
Yeah, absolutely. I used to go up to Stirling, Stephen Hendry's club. I had the same management for a while. I used to go up there and practice, and Stephen would line them up along the middle spot, the blue spot, and pop them into each corner pocket, and he'd do that for hours before he'd have a match with John Higgins or Stephen Maguire. And I'm sure Stephen Hendry brought John Higgins and Stephen Maguire on rapidly. They learned so much from playing against Stephen.
That's why
this is tricky.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Oh, great hit. He's got a chance, not enough pace. I guess that's the dedication you need to make it to the very top of the game. Well, that sort of hours of dedication and hours of practice.
That's the key these days. Look at the Chinese boys, most of them are based in Sheffield, and they just play 7-8 hours a day. So in the next 10 years, you're going to have a lot of Chinese players in the top 16 in the world.
Yeah, the Chinese invasion has taken a while to really get going, but there's certainly a lot of them up there now.
They play a game, Stephen Hendry, but he said he couldn't win a game. They play a game of pool in China, but it's the bigger balls and the tight pockets.
Yeah, it's a similar sized table to an American table, but with tight pockets, but then with the American sized balls. Chinese 8-ball, incredibly difficult sport. A number of the players that play this version of the game have been invited out to China to play in Chinese 8-ball events. Some of them there's some events happening around Europe as well. But yeah, very, very difficult game.
Yeah, Stephen, in fact, he's given up. I think he just goes out. He's an ambassador for one of the big companies out there, and he doesn't play anymore. He just goes out and does that role because he said he just couldn't beat them.
Well, James has put himself into a very strong position. Did miss an easy black in the middle of that lot, but he's actually got himself 3-1 ahead. Just 4 minutes left on the clock. He's not absolutely got it sewn up, but it's not far away.
Notice with the break off there, they all seem to hit the same ball, and the white screws back up the table. Is that the done thing?
I think the first break to try would be that front on break, trying to get the white going up the centre of the table. Hit it as hard as you can. A lot of players like the second ball down break, the cut break, hitting the second ball down on either side as full as you can, and the white will go into the side cushion and then back into the pack. It's almost a bit more control, less likely to pot the white. Potting the white in off the break in this game is normally going to cost you the frame.
But I notice with the boys here, they don't tend to, I've seen some, well, there'd be amateurs mainly, where they block the pockets and that. They don't tend to do that here. It's more of an attacking game, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this is, so the rules that we're using today are called black ball rules, and it's designed to make it more attacking. It's almost more attacking pool will get rewarded. There is another version of the game where that's not quite the case, but more often than not, there's an attacking option that can get you out of trouble. So you're less likely to be rewarded for covering a pocket. But I also think in the Taom Shootout, with it being such a short shot clock and the match clock as well, you haven't got the time to really consider all those options.
Right. Now, the same as that there, you've got to hit a cushion, haven't you, with that red hit the cushion. If it hadn't reached the cushion, that was a foul shot, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Got to hit a cushion or pot a ball. Right. Potting a ball counts as hitting a cushion as well. And of course, they've got the one variation from black ball rules for this tournament is the golden break. If you pot the black off the break, you win the frame. If you pot the black and pot the white off the break, or jump the white off the table off the break, you lose the frame, which is very severe.
Obviously, he's going to have a problem here, John, with that. Oh, well, he doesn't have a problem now. That's a brilliant shot there, because I was just going to say that left middle pocket was totally blocked there, but it's not now.
That was one of the best shots we've seen today. That really was excellent.
Oh, was he snookered? He's having to swerve it. Oh, it's a shame.
Yeah, just the time. Rush the next shot, because he needs. The clock doesn't stop when the referee racks the balls up. So he needs to clear it. He needed to clear that up and have the referee rack the balls up in about 30 seconds just to give himself a minute, which is not very long for a breaking clearance.
So they play for 20 minutes or first to 4, yeah?
Yeah, it's a race to 4 or a 20-minute match. And we are going to go to one more frame, but 1 minute 12 left on the clock. The referee is under pressure. Yeah, so it is a 20-minute match. The first 10 minutes are a 30-second shot clock, and then the last 10 minutes is the 15-second shot clock. I think John knows that he's not going to get enough time to make this clearance, but he's going to...
Talking about bumping into the referee there, I remember playing Alex Higgins down near Blackburn, and we had a grade A referee who only had one leg, and he used to use crutches, and he wasn't quick enough for Alex, and Alex came around the table once, and on purpose he kicked his crutch underneath the table and left him stranded at the middle pocket. We had to retrieve his crutch from under the table.
I should imagine you've got a number of stories about Alex Higgins. Well, with that dry break, it will be the match to James Jack. There is no time left, so I can thank you for your company, Dennis.
Thank you, Simon. I'm going to go and have a lie down and rub down with a sporting life, and hopefully enjoy myself out there. And thanks for the sponsors for inviting me up here to Aberdeen. Looking forward to it.
Cheers, Dennis. Thank you. Well, it is a 3-1 victory, sorry, 3-2 victory for James Jack, and he takes the points. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, it will be Martin McIntosh versus Fraser Allen.